This video is introducing my first oracle deck. It's called Seasons of the Heart Oracle Deck, the Japanese way of balance. I'm half Japanese, and so I think that this deck is a sort of, in addition to learning Japanese, one of the ways that I'm trying to connect with my Japanese heritage. So there are 30 cards. Here you can see the size of the cards is 4.5 inches by 2.5 inches. And so they're decent oracle size cards for shuffling. We can look at the guidebook and see what it is. Yuki. So here is the guidebook. It's on letter size paper. It's 30 pages also. So I printed this long edge binding, and you can see, if you want it to, so that this page is, see how it's upside down? If you want it to be the right way, you'd have to do short edge binding. So let's go to card number 10. Yuki. So the mark over the U means it's a long U. Courage. So on the card itself, it says, so here's the Romaji here. This is the kanji. And then English, courage, facing challenges with honor. So if we come here to the guidebook, there are, I think, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 aspects to the card, and then description of what it is. So, lesson, insight. True courage is measured not by conquest, but by dignity. Conflict reveals values and awakens integrity. Archetypal energy. The stag, the warrior, the protector. Strength balanced by dignity and compassion. Emotional tone. Grounded, resolute, steady. Calm power tempered by empathy. Virtue expression. Honor, resilience, integrity, steadiness, inner strength. I'm basically just reading the guidebook to you. But yes, I'll just continue. Shadow aspect. Aggression, recklessness, moral superiority, denial of vulnerability. Now, if you wanted to, you could do reverse cards in here. You could do reverse cards. So if you wanted to, you could go like this and shake them up. And then when you pull a card and you get reversed, like you get this one reversed, then what you would do is go to the shadow aspect and cultural shadow misuse if you wanted to see that. I mean, you can, I personally don't use reversed cards, but I like to think of it as them both manifesting potentially at the same time. But if you like reversals, then you could actually reverse the cards when you're using them. Okay. Psychological function. Transforms fear into integrity-driven action. Teaches resilience through confrontation, truth-telling, and calm presence in adversity. So this is kind of talking about boundaries in that sense. Cultural shadow misuse. When courage is confused with domination or used to justify harm. Modern reflection. What challenge is asking me to act with integrity? How can I face conflict without losing compassion? Oracle message summary. Strength and respect can coexist. Stand firm with honor and heart. Affirmation mantra. I meet challenges with dignity. My courage is calm, not cruel. So, to talk in general about my philosophy about oracles, I like oracles like the I Ching, where the whole deck is providing ways for you to grow spiritually, emotionally, psychologically. And it's not necessarily about telling the future, but rather, how can you grow? There's always something new to be developed within you. There's always more to learn, and we're never perfect and we're never done learning, just like a tree is never done growing. Rather than asking about a specific situation and whether or not an outcome will happen, we can say, no matter what happens, how can I continue to grow? How can I become more? How can I become better? This is one of my favorite cards right here. Kokorozashi. Aspiration, aligning work with the heart's intention. So my plan is to also create a physical deck through a website called the Game Crafter. But it will take some time to reformat this deck, the guidebook stuff, into, like, each of these is going to have to be this size. So I'm going to have to resize it to be that small. So that will take some time to do in Photoshop. Watch for the physical version of this deck, which will have a back. These do not have any kind of back, but I do have a back designed for the cards. And that will probably be available in December. You know, I have the Armadillo Amore Tarot website. That's a digital one. I have not put much effort into. There's 2 Rider-Waite-Smith online ones on there, but it's pretty bare bones, and I need to invest more time if I want it to make it the resource that I want it to be. These 2 together is $9.95 right now on Etsy to be able to print these out at home. They're PDFs, and I'm going to put these on the website, and then you can use the online reader, which means you can press the button and then it will pick a card for you. And then you can read about that card and think about how that applies to your life right now.